What's up, y'all? It's your boy Cuddy. We back at it again with another S3 video, man. And in today's video, we're doing something a little bit different. I'm just going to be talking about the S3 today because I get a lot of questions. Should I buy the car? Is there anything you don't like? Anything you really like? So I figured today, I'd sit down with you guys and just talk about the car itself. A lot of people kind of want these cars, and this video can kind of help you out to decide if you want to get it. Just because I know they're a little bit on the older side now, and we're in 2024 now, and there's a lot of new cars coming out. So I just want to talk about it to see if it's actually worth buying in 2024. Tell you guys what I think, my input, and then maybe that'll help you guys decide on whether or not you want to buy one. Me personally, I absolutely love my car. There's a few things that I would like to change about it that I can't, and then there's a lot more things that I just really love about it. So I guess we'll kind of get into the pros and cons of the S3. If you guys don't know, I have a 2017 S3 right there. I absolutely love my car. It's stage 2, full bolt-on, and I've had it tuned for about 20,000 miles, just about, maybe about 15,000 to 20,000 miles. So it's been holding up really well. I've had no problems so far. I just do my routine maintenance, and everything's been running really great on my car. So we'll kind of get into it. I'll tell you guys what I like and dislike, and then maybe it'll help you guys out to decide if you want to pick one up or not. Alright guys, so for today's video, I'm going to start from the inside, and then I'm going to work my way out. Me personally, I love the inside of the car. I'll show you guys what it looks like. You guys let me know what you think, and I'll just kind of tell you some things I don't really like about the inside of the car. But honestly, there's more that I like than I dislike. Alright guys, so we're inside the car now, and me personally, I absolutely love the interior. The only thing I really wish it had is ambient lighting, like on the doors. I just feel like that's something that the car is lacking. But other than that, I love the inside of this car. So as you guys can see, I have the digital cluster. I really love this cluster. I don't like the analog one. It just looks too basic for me. And with this one, I can actually customize it to see what I want to see. As you guys can see, I can see fuel consumption, short-term memory, long-term, stuff like that. As well as I can change what I want to see. I can put the map on here, my phone, and I can see what songs are playing here as well. And I can actually change the view. Right now it's in the sport view, so I can change this, and I can see things in the middle instead if I wanted to. It's just a lot more, tailor-made to the individual, what you like to see when you're driving. So that's one thing that the digital cluster just does for me. I just love it, and I think if you buy this car, this is the way to go. One thing about this car, though, I will say in terms of space, I am 6'1", and nobody can sit behind me in this car. As you guys can see, this is how much space is left when I'm fully seated back to my position. So it's not really a car meant for someone that has people riding with them all the time. If you have kids, absolutely not. There's just not enough space. It's a small sedan, and it's not really meant to be hauling people around. So most of the time, there's just two people in here, me and my girlfriend. Sometimes I have my nieces and nephews. They can fit in here because they're shorter. But anyone like above maybe 5'6" cannot sit behind you in this car. So that's the main con about it. But honestly, other than that, I love the interior a lot. It gets a lot of crap online saying it's so cheap or whatever, but even if you like push on stuff, there's not really any like plastic noises. That's one thing. Like, it's really well put together. Like, you guys see, there's no like real squeaking on the steering wheel. That's one thing I'll say. The build quality inside the car, it's really good. Alright guys, so of course, what's coming next that everyone wants to know about is performance. So when it comes to these cars, it's really important to understand what they actually are. So this is a 4-cylinder turbo. It is not a V6, it's not a 5-cylinder, it is a 4-cylinder turbo. So you have to understand what kind of power comes with a motor like this. So right now I'm stage 2 full bolt-on. I have a downpipe, I have an intake, intercooler, and an exhaust. So right now I'm pushing just a little bit under 400 with a tune by EQT. You can get over that on a stock turbo if you put some E85 in the car. Right now I don't have the fueling for that, so I'm just pushing a 91 tune on California gas. So I could probably make a little bit more if I was on 93, but with E you can get these cars over 400 horsepower. So it's pretty good for a little 4-cylinder. I can't be mad at it. I knew what it was when I bought it, so I wasn't disappointed. A lot of people may expect that these things are extremely fast. They're quick, don't get me wrong. You can beat a lot of things on the road. I've beat Mustangs, I've beat Scat Packs, I've beat Q50 Red Sports. Like, you can beat a lot of things in these cars, but you just can't hang with something like a B58. I mean, if you go hybrid turbo on these cars, you can. You can push well over 500 wheel horsepower with the hybrid turbo, and a lot of people are doing it reliably. So that's something to take into account. You can get these cars to over 500 wheel. It just, you know, there's a price tag that comes along with that. So personally, I love how my car is right now. It's quick. It can beat quite a bit of things on the road, like I said, and it's reliable. I've had it tuned for about 15,000 miles now, and it's a lot of hard driving, and I haven't had a single issue yet. I just stay up to date on my maintenance, and I mean, if you do that, your car will be fine. Personally, I have an exhaust setup that actually sounds really good on these cars, but I've heard them sound like awful, absolutely awful. Mine sounds pretty good. I'll play a sound clip for you guys. But for what it is, mine sounds a lot better than most. So let me know what you guys think about the sound clip. Personally, I like it. It's still on the raspy side because it's kind of hard to get away from. But I mean, there's not much you can do about it. You can try different exhaust setups, and that's what I did, and I ended up finding one that actually sounds pretty good. Alright guys, so the last thing I wanted to talk about on this car is the styling. I absolutely just love how it looks. There's pretty decent aftermarket support for it as well. It's definitely not on a level of something like a Q60, Q50, or like a BRZ, FRS. It's not on that level at all. But I mean, you can still get some nice things for the car. As you guys can see, I have a carbon fiber diffuser. The theme on my car is carbon fiber. I absolutely love it. I put it everywhere I can. I have a carbon fiber spoiler as well. As you guys can see, I have carbon fiber side skirts on here. This one got a little bit damaged. Don't want to talk about it, but you know, I got some carbon fiber side skirts as well. I have carbon fiber mirror caps. There's a few different options for this. You can actually get M-style caps as well, but I decided to just stick for normal mirror caps here. And then I also have a carbon lip. It did get a little bit destroyed, but that's kind of the game with carbon, especially having a lowered car. So there's decent aftermarket support. For me, I love the way the car looks. I have the RS grille on it as well. Kind of just ties it all together. But I love the car. I think it's super worth it. I love the car. I mean, you guys see how mine looks. I've kind of had it done up. I have some new speed wheels on there as well. These are kind of common with these cars, which is why I've been wanting to change them. But they still look good. They're reliable, and you guys can see I have some pretty decent fitment with some lowering springs as well. So this is what we're working with, wheel and tire setup wise. I love it personally. They look good. They fit nice. I do want to go a little bit lower, just because I want that fitment to be just perfect. So I'm thinking about going on coils here real soon. So that's something that's coming up for the car. But style wise, it's absolutely fire. I love the way my car looks. And for me personally, I did get a pretty rare color. You don't really see these orange S3s anywhere. So I do have that on my belt to kind of increase the look of it. So alright, so that's basically it for the exterior of the car. There's really not too much to talk about. You guys see what it looks like. Obviously, I have mine done up a little bit with the carbon fiber, the lip, the skirts, the diffuser, spoiler, stuff like that. But I think carbon fiber is just like the best way to go for any European car. They just look the best, and it just adds like a different touch, especially when it's real carbon. It just adds a special touch to the car. Alright y'all, so that's the end of today's video. Hopefully it helped you guys out to decide if you want to pick one up, or maybe it helps you decide that you don't want one. So that's kind of the point of this video, just kind of more informational, kind of help you guys out, because at the end of the day, I make content on this car and I want to put out as much as I can to kind of help anyone thinking about getting one. So that's just my opinions on the car. I absolutely love my car. I think it's really important that when you're buying a car, you buy it for you. You're not buying it to compete with anybody else or just compare your bills to anybody else's. So just keep that in mind. I absolutely love my S3. It does everything that I wanted to do. It's just fast enough for me. It doesn't sound that good, but it sounds good enough because of the setup that I have. And it looks good, because me personally, when I got into cars, the real thing that I was into was just making the car look good on the exterior, and then the speed was kind of another thing. You know, I wasn't really too big on it, but it is cool to have a car, you know, like if someone wants to find out, you could turn it up on them. So that's one thing I like about this car. You wouldn't think it's as quick as it is, and so when people line up on you, they find out the hard way. So I like this car. I highly recommend it to anyone looking at it. Just, you know, test drive it, try to find out, see if you like it. And also, it's really important to note that my car is modified basically as much as it can be on a stock turbo. So obviously mine is going to be a little quicker than something you're test driving, sound a little bit different. But hey, you can still try it out and then use this as reference to say, hey, like if I buy this car, I can get it to this level. You know, I can make this much power. I can make it look like this. So that's basically the whole point of this video. Let you guys know what you can do to the car, make them look good, make them sound all right, and kind of get them quicker. And just kind of an overview of the interior, kind of show you guys what it's like to actually be in the car. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, man. I hope to see you guys back in the next one. We got a lot more things coming for the S3. We're just getting started, so I hope you guys are enjoying so far. And I'll catch you on the next one, man. Later.